Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are talking about product regrets because somehow, even though I recently did my whole bad bin clean out, I found another 2 tubs, not just one, but 2 of products that I just did not like. And some of these are brand spanking new. So I figured, you know what, even if it's like once a month, whatever, we're doing this. You guys enjoy it. I enjoy it. We're doing it. So we're going to dive into the not great, didn't work for me, might work for you. Makeup is all very personal as far as like what we enjoy. So take my, not digging on these products with a grain of salt. If you love them, keep loving them. That's always my advice, You do you. All right, and before we jump in, I want to remind you guys, please subscribe, ring the bell, drop it down, hit all, because this is just like the way of the land right now. Notifications are a tough thing. Not everybody's getting my videos, and I want to remind you guys that I do post Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. PST. I am always here trying out new makeup, drugstore makeup, luxury makeup, putting it on, doing crazy things, and I hope that you come back and want to hang out with me some more. So let's just get started. Diving right into this right here. This is Heat Wave from Estee Lauder, and I know a few of you are going to be like, how could she? Like, how could she dog on this product? Because so many people raved about this forever and ever and ever, and I never got it. Can someone explain to me why this was such a hyped item? Like, this was Estee Lauder OG highlighter that everybody loved, and everybody was like, bring Heat Wave back. And it came back, but I don't think it's the same because this is the sparkliest highlighter I have ever put on my face. Is that just, is that overspray? Do I have to like get in here to get to the good stuff? I just wore this like 3 times in a row, and every time I looked in the car, like it's a pretty gold, but every time I drop down the mirror, which is like the mirror of truth. We all know that. You're like, oh, I didn't blend my eyeshadow as well as I thought I did. Ooh, my foundation. Okay, so anyway, I was just like sparkle central. Like literally, I looked like I was not about to do like my casual day. I looked like I was going to some kind of a festival, but that was not what I was doing and not what I was going for. The tone of it is pretty, but the other weird thing is it disappeared so quickly on my skin. Like it did not wear very long. And Estee Lauder, to me, their products always wear a really, really long time. I'm wearing their concealer right now. Their double wear foundation is awesome. Just majority of their face products are really, really good. So this just kind of shocked me, and I want my money back, but I'm not going to return it. Okay, moving on. Another highlighter. This was just like a chunky monkey. This is just like, do you see that? When it gets chunky through here, I don't like that. It was also a bit grease ball-esque. This is from Model's Own, and this is just their Moonlight Highlight Stick. Yeah, you can see on the edge how it's just like that texture, where it's not a putty highlight, but it has kind of a putty feeling. I'm confused. We're breaking up. We're moving on from this one. I do have a newer eyeshadow palette. This shocked me, and I'm not even saying that it's terrible. It's not. It's not terrible, but it's not fantastic. And I took this as my only eyeshadow when I recently went to Palm Springs. I did not pack anything else, just this, and I wanted to play around with it a few days in a row, and I was able to create an okay look. But the problem that I had was this transition-y kind of a shade right here, this brown, which actually is pretty dark. This is what you have to really work with out of all of these shades to kind of give some depth to the eye. You can work with this one too, but it's very, very like bam, even more pigmented in the pigmentation department. So fluffing this kind of in the crease, pulling to the outer edge, it looked patchy every single time, and I would just be spending so much time blending. I would then take my bronzer to kind of try and smooth things out, and I tried this 3 days in a row. Do not like it. I do love a lot of Jouer eyeshadows. They have their Skinny Dip palette, which is very, very beautiful, gorgeous, just high shine texture, gorgeous. This one was not for me. The cream shade in here, I have to say though, this is really good, but I'm not gonna like reach for a palette just for one shade. Do you know what I mean? So this was a pass. This is the Essential Jet Set Matte Palette. Moving on from there, I have some lip products in here. This is from Buxom, and this is the weirdest thing because the nude colors from this line of product. This is the Plump Line lip liner. I really, really like, and I've been wearing a lot recently. When pulling through my massive collection of lip products, I have spent countless hours just like swatching and revisiting and getting acquainted with all of that craziness over in the corner right in that area right there. If you've watched my decluttering of my drugstore lipsticks, that has stayed. By the way, PS, I have all of my, wow, she's scatterbrained today. I have all of my drugstore lipsticks. That's not it. I have all of my drugstore lipsticks right here. I really only kept these. I'll link that video below. So this guy I tried a couple of times, and it's just the weirdest thing because it turns almost fuchsia on me. It's so strange. It swatches like it's this beautiful strawberry shade, and then I put it on my lips and it's almost like more pink, and it does this weird patchy smudgy thing, and I just don't like this. The texture on the darker ones, and then I tried another darker one, they're just not great. However, if you like really like bright nude chunky lip liners that are not super slick and creamy, like this has a little bit of almost a matte feeling to it, then I think you would enjoy these. There is a nice little brush on the other end, but the darker ones are so weird, and I just had to point that out. All right, so Charlotte Tilbury, speaking of mascara and kind of like trying to find the best of the very best, I really want to get another tube of my Dior Iconic Overcurl. I'd like to get the original Charlotte Tilbury mascara, the Legendary Lashes one. Like the first one she came out with was so good. Oh my goodness, false lashes. This one, the only issue I have with it, like it goes on great, but 15 minutes later, I will have like the little dots underneath my eye, and it will even transfer up here on my lid. So to me, that is a pass. I was just kind of curious also if that was just me or if any of you have experienced the same with the volume 2 versus volume 1. I feel like I'm going crazy with this, but I had to mention it. I have the Righteous Butter from Soap and Glory, and this is the gnarliest like one-time tint. This is not a self-tanner. It's something that you put on to just make yourself look like a little more tan, and then it just kind of showers off. Now, the weird thing about this, you guys, it's not a golden sheen. It's like a green sheen, and that's what drives me insane with this. Like, it smells great, it blends great, but I look at my skin and I'm like, is it just me or do I look green? Also, if you do not blend this fast, you're screwed. It will just like be streaky all day long, really, until you get in the shower with a good loofah and take it off. It is very transfer proof, smells great, but a little streaky and green. My favorite right now, I have to say, as far as this type of a deal, because I do that more often than even self-tanner. So like when you see my arms looking really tan, it's usually just from a one-day lotion that has a bronzer in it. And the Perfect, it's like PERF space ECT, or right, it's spelled really weird. It's a matte bronzer. I will list it below, but that one is like my favorite. I realized the other day, I was like, you know what? I am done playing around with this. I just want to order like a bunch of those, and that's the only one I'm using because it blends quick, it doesn't transfer, it looks so realistic, super flattering, and the rest of them, psh, they can just like get out of here. Okay, this, gosh dang it. My Snap tutorial, which I will link below. That was really, really fun to film. However, many of you may not know that I filmed that twice, and it was a lengthy process because it took time to get like all the snaps to come in and all of that. But the first time that I filmed it, requested that I use a Sicily primer, and I pulled this out, and I was gonna do a WTF on this. I had bought it was expensive, and I was like, screw it, let's just use it for that video, and that video ended up not recording. Long story short, I didn't get to show you guys me putting this on, but it is oily and gross, and I do not recommend it. And I put my foundation on top and wore the foundation, like I wore that makeup for the rest of the day, and my skin looked textured and oily, and it was just a mess. Now, I love Sicily. You guys know I will pay top dollar for the Double Tensor Primer, which is very almost sticky and lifting and hydrating, and I love that one. It makes my foundation glide right on. But this one, the Instant Glow Primer, no. Ugh. Do you see how like loose that is? It's just way greasy. It does not illuminate the way that I want it to, and it's just overpriced. Moving on. We talked about this yesterday, the ColourPop concealer. I tried it one more time after filming that video, the Hot or Not. I'll link that below as well. That was just posted. I never captured like a super up close specifically of the concealer. I did for the No Filter foundation. That's what I tested. The concealer always exaggerates, like, you know those tiny bumps, like the teeny tiny bumps that you can get underneath your eyes? Someone else out there has them, right? I get these very small little bumps, and this concealer made me feel like I had a magnifying glass on that. I don't know why. It was the weirdest thing, but every time I looked in the mirror, it wasn't even that it was like creasing so bad, which it did kind of crease. It just like made texture underneath my eyes. Like, the coverage is great. It cancels out your dark circles, but if it also enhances texture, I don't want it. Sorry. This is something I purchased while in Palm Springs last. James and I forgot SPF and we wanted to be outside, and I am now that person that's just like, SPF, SPF, I've gotta put it on my lips too. So I got this. It was SPF 30 and it's water resistant and it's 80 minutes and I just thought it looked great. I put it on and it was the chalkiest nude situation ever. It was like metallic-y, chalky nude. It has no slip to it at all. It feels so gross. It tastes like you literally just like went, oh, and like put sunscreen in your mouth. Ew. I was like sitting there trying to have like a beverage and like lay back, and I had this on and I was just like the whole time, and I'm like, and I could like smell it. It was I just do not like this. All right, another thing for your lips that is super weird. This is from Sarah Happ, and this is the Sweet Clay Mask. I look like a crazy person whenever I use this. I've tried it. Look how much I've tried this. I've like tried it a bunch. And then I realized one day, I'm like, I don't think this is doing a dang thing for my lips. I love Sarah Happ scrubs. I love Sarah Happ's. There's the lip slip. It's like a really thick balm that's just juicy and wonderful and nourishing. This, I don't even know what it does. I feel like it dries my lips out. I'm like, why am I putting clay on my mouth? I don't understand. But I did it for a while, and I actually, visual on this one. Okay, I almost want to like put it on so that you guys can see how like crazy you look. It literally covers your lips like this, but like in a thick kind of pasty way. And James and I got into a little tiff over like something to do with picking something up or running an errand. Like, it was a really stupid morning kind of one of those. And anyway, I was full on like in my bathrobe with all this pink stuff all over my lips, and we're, you know, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I literally, like, I need to take a seat. Like, this is just, I need to stop because I looked so stupid. We're both kind of laughing at it. All right, I also have this pre-cleanse from Dermalogica. I cannot for the life of me remember if I talked about this, but it wound up in a bin in the closet, which is where I keep like the fresh fails. Like, I have a bin for like failures I have not talked about. So I'm hoping I haven't mentioned this, but this does not remove your makeup. Like, it's a pre-cleanse, but the Shu Umaira and other oil cleansers like that do a much better job. The Elemis Balm Cleanse, Clinique has a balm cleanser. They like get all your makeup off. And I was expecting this to do the same thing, but it just kind of doesn't. So you like put the oil on and then you like rinse your face, and then you just have like black makeup and mascara everywhere and kind of like foundation still. And you're like, well, why am I doing this extra pre-cleanse step if it's not even doing anything? You know what I'm saying? So love you, Dermalogica. They have great stuff if you have sensitive skin. It's just not for me. Simple as that. All right, so I just shared with you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11's my favorite number. We're gonna stop there. I have more in this bin, but I don't want this to be like a forever and a day video. So I'm just gonna keep piling up the things that I try that leave me with a bad experience, and we'll continue doing these if you guys want to see them. Please let me know by giving the video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. I do listen to you. When you like these videos, I want to make more of them. So you're kind of in charge in a way of stuff that you end up seeing here on my channel, so don't be shy. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do hit that notification bell. Make sure that you have it drop down to all so that you don't miss any of my videos. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for always hanging out with me, whether I'm raving about products or telling you my awful moments in life where they didn't work out. All right, I love you. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.